disgusting Roger Waters Ozzy Osbourne scandal, the revelations of Coroner, and the Venom drama has just gotten to an absolutely new level. Metal is alive and well, so let's see what keeps it going today. Here you go. The secret Sepultura album. Amid their farewell tour, Sepultura just dropped a surprise announcement. A new 4-song EP is already recorded and will most likely see the light of day sometime in 2026. According to Andreas Kisser, the material was created absolutely spontaneously after the band's performance on the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise. With new drummer Grayson Recruitment now officially in the lineup, the band decided to simply jam out some fresh ideas in a Miami studio, with absolutely no pressure, no deadlines, and apparently no even titles for their new songs, which according to Kisser might be quite experimental, as he clearly underlined that at this stage in their career, Sepultura can do pretty much anything they want musically.
So it was a great feeling, it was amazing.
This upcoming EP will be the first ever recorded with their new drummer Recruitment, who replaced Eloy Casagrande earlier this year after he left unexpectedly to join Slipknot, and might actually be the last one ever in the band's career, as Sepultura are currently deep into their Celebrating Life Through Death farewell tour, which will culminate in a massive hometown send-off in Sao Paulo in late 2026, marking the end of the legendary band's career. And here's the thing, although I personally, for some weird reason, actually believe that this last ever farewell tour might actually not be as last ever and as farewell-y of a tour as we may think. Still, I do hope that with this release, Sepultura will slam the door loudly and proudly and will release the material worthy of their early catalog. Here guys, just want to point out that as you notice, the entourage in this video is slightly different from our regular Metal Digests, and all because I'm actually in a hotel room as I'm traveling, but I didn't want to skip our regular videos on Saturdays. So here, as you know, I simply have to point out that only around 30% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to this channel. So if you're not one of those, and especially if this is not the first video you're watching here, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing right now. And I, on my behalf, will continue releasing these videos even when I am traveling. So let's continue building this amazing heavy metal community together. Stay out of my face. Raining coffee. Because apparently caffeine wasn't metal enough, the legendary Dave Lombardo, the ex-drummer of Slayer and gazillion other bands, just dropped his own true metal coffee, titled Double Kick. And no, by the way, it's not just a clever name. The espresso roast comes packed in collectible drum tin packaging modeled after one of Dave's kits, complete with fonts and artwork he personally designed, and which apparently will make coffee as metal as coffee can apparently be. Lombardo says he's dreamed of launching a coffee line since 2015, which is actually pretty cool, because he's literally the first person I've ever heard of who's dreamed of launching his own coffee line. But, well, yeah, cool for him. But nevertheless, he refused to do it until it hit hard enough. And apparently this new coffee, which is bold, smooth and never bitter, is exactly that, and will be the most metal coffee out there. And yeah, I have no idea why you need this information, but well, it's still metal news, right? And here, a huge shout out and a thank you to all my patrons and all of the YouTube channel members, as it is thanks to you guys and thanks to everyone who purchases Metal Pilgrim merch that this show exists and I can release these videos. And right now there are actually a bunch of videos available for patrons and YouTube channel members, so if you want to check those out, or if you would like to join that community, just know that you can do that via the link in the description to this video. And once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. The Venom drama. The battle for Venom's legacy has gone a full black metal courtroom, and now is actually funded by the fans. As founding members, Mantas and Abaddon have launched a crowdfunding campaign to support their legal battle against bassist vocalist Kronos over authorships and decades of merch profits tied to Venom's early works, including Welcome to Hell, Black Metal, and At War with Satan.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
It all blew up actually all the way back in June of 2024 when Kronos sued Abaddon and the Plastic Hat distribution, claiming they were illegally profiting from his artwork. Abaddon fired back, claiming he actually created the original Venom logo with both Mantas and early associate Stephen Ash backing him up. And back then, the High Court of the United Kingdom landed somewhere in between, as Abaddon was officially recognized as the creator of the original 1980 logo, although Kronos retained all the rights to all other iconic Venom imagery, by which they of course did not stop the conflict, but possibly only intensified it.
Oh yeah!
Now in their 60s, Mantas and Abaddon say that this fight is absolutely not about money. It's about finally getting credit for the visual identity they helped create and making sure their families benefit from Venom's legacy, and promise that all surplus funds from the campaign will go to Macmillan Cancer Charity, as Abaddon is a cancer survivor. And here's the thing, none of us actually knows where's the truth here, but one thing we do know for sure, that even today, 45 years later, Venom still know how to grab attention of the entire metal community. Tesla's reincarnation. Crossover no one saw coming. Brian Wheat and Tommy Skirk, original members of Tesla, have formed a new band called Terminal, and they're bringing some serious company with them, including Chris Holmes of Wasp and Josie Scott, the original vocalist of Saliva.
Click, click, whoa! I'm on the radio station, tour of the nation, leaving the scene of devastation.
According to Wheat, this group is already writing their new material, or rather their first material, and plan to deliver a fresh sound blending their hard rock roots with new energy. So pretty much exactly what you would expect from this group of people. And to answer a rather obvious question for all the fans, no, Wheat is not leaving Tesla. He made it rather clear that Terminal is a side project while he continues work with both Tesla and his other band, Violet Breed. So basically a little gift to all of the fans of the classic hard rock sound, which I think is actually pretty cool. But at the same time, I really hope that it is not going to be yet another cliche, super pooper mega duper band that in reality does not bring anything new to the table. But I guess we will find out and see very soon. And now the time has come for your favorite part of the video, so let's talk about 5 latest metal releases from this week, which although did not get their own segments in this video, are still definitely worthy of your attention. Legends Dark Angel dropped their long-awaited 5th studio album, Extinction Level Event, via Reversed Records, their first full length of the original material since 1991's Time Does Not Heal. The album, recorded at Armory Studios in Vancouver and produced by Rob Shallcross alongside executive producer Gene Hoglan, is a tribute to late guitarist Jim Durkin, who receives posthumous songwriting credits on tracks including its powerful title track. German power metal forces Primal Fear unveiled their 15th studio album Domination via Rain and Phoenix Music. The record was tracked at Dennis Ward's Kangaroo Studios, produced by Matt Sinner with co-production by Ralph Shippers and Magnus Carlson, and mixed mastered by Jacob Hansen. There's a potent mix of high-speed anthems like The Hunter and soul-stirring mid-tempo power metal compositions. Rock legend and Hall of Famer Glenn Hughes makes a solo return with Chosen, released via Frontiers Music. The album opens with electrifying single Into the Fade, capturing themes of self-discovery and freedom. Chosen itself symbolizes liberation, according to Hughes. Now 73, he embarks on the Chosen Years tour across Europe and South America, continuing to defy time with his vocal power and charismatic performance delivery.
When the daylight comes, I just just wanna be chosen.
Swedish melodic death metal outfit Orbit Culture released their new single Nerve, a visualized track that nods to their older sound, now filtered through cleaner choruses and refined production. It's fourth preview from their upcoming album Death Above Life, which is due out on October 3rd via Century Media Record. And by the way, I actually already had a chance to talk to Niklas Karlsson on the show about this record and a lot of other things, so definitely do not miss the interview with Niklas on the show very, very soon. Progressive metalcore veterans Between the Buried and Me have unveiled the title track from their upcoming album The Blue Nowhere, set for release in September. The single offers a taste of the album's conceptual depth, exploring themes of isolation and the digital void through layered arrangements, shift-in time signatures, and Tommy Rogers' signature vocal contrasts.
Don't reach this notion.
The Brent Hinds case verdict. A tragic update to the story that shook the metal world. Atlanta police have now confirmed that Brent Hinds, former Mastodon guitarist, was at fault in the motorcycle accident that took his life last month. On August 20th, Brent Hinds collided with an SUV while riding his Harley Davidson near the center of Atlanta, and while early reports suggested that SUV may have failed to yield, newly released surveillance footage tells another story. Investigators say Brent was riding at 63 to 68 miles per hour, significantly over the speed limit. And apparently that is what caused the impact. Now, it's worth pointing out that the SUV driver stayed on site and fully cooperated. And now that we know that she was not at fault, I actually truly hope that all that hate that she received from many people online will not actually break her life. But nevertheless, the loss of Brent Hinds is a huge, devastating loss for the entire metal world. Just months before the crash, he had parted ways with Mastodon and was pursuing solo work, reconnecting with fans across Europe. And yes, just months before the crash, he had parted ways with Mastodon and was pursuing solo work, reconnecting with fans across Europe, and was full of life. He lived fast, and tragically, that's how he died. And I guess all that we can say at this point, and especially now after we received more information, now see the full picture, is that, hey, metalheads, and especially those who like riding their steel horses, just be careful, please. Coroner strikes back. One of the most unexpected but pleasant surprises of this year for all the fans of thrash metal was, of course, the unexpected return of the legendary Swiss metal outfit Coroner. And the truth is that I've gotten a lot of crap for you guys for not covering this return on the Metal Digest. And I do accept it. At the same time, for being very honest, the only reason why I actually didn't do that was because I was actually preparing something a bit more special for you. So in this week's Metal Chat, welcome nobody else but Tommy Vetterli of Coroner. Why the flip now? Why Dissonance Theory surface now? And what sparked this album today in 2025?
We did the reunion 2011, and after 2 years of playing shows, Marky left the band, and Ron and myself, we decided to write another album, a new one, just to find out how we would sound nowadays. And yeah, and after a few years playing the whole, only 30 years old stuff, it was time for something new. And then we got signed 2014 or 15, and yeah, it was supposed to come out earlier, but life happens.
So does that mean that you've written most of this music before, actually, more than 10 years?
And no, not really. It took a long time till we actually started the whole process. It was, yeah, a few problems. You know, life happened, like people died. I had a divorce and stuff. And I think one of the main problems that it took that long was I work here with customers all day. And in the evening, I use all my creativity or most of it in here for customers, and then I'm done in the evening. I don't even want to listen to music.
Wow.
I did 2 Elevati albums in that time. So they're in the studio here for about 2, almost 3 months. And in this time I don't play guitar. So first off, I had to relearn playing the guitar, and then I had to leave. For some reason, I couldn't write here. I don't know why. So I rented a house in the mountains and went there, and then from that on, stuff happened. And maybe I had a bit of a procrastination problem as well. It's like, okay, maybe I was a bit afraid of it as well. It's not that easy to write something like more than 30 years later with that legacy. It's kind of tricky.
The full interview with Tommy about, well, a lot of things is actually already available for all the patrons and all of the YouTube channel members, so thank you guys for that. And in case if you want to watch it already, the link to it, of course, will be in the description to this video. But for now, I just want to point out one thing. As a person who's already heard the new Coroner album, I'm just gonna say that, well, no, this album was absolutely not what I expected from Coroner. It was much better than that. The Roger Waters Ozzy Osbourne scandal.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got a fever, but it's under control.
Roger Waters, yes, that Roger Waters, recently gave an interview to The Independent Inc. where he absolutely trashed Ozzy Osbourne in one of the most disrespectful and out-of-touch ways imaginable.
But I think Ozzy Osbourne, who just died, bless him, in his whatever that state that he was in his whole life, we'll never know. We didn't, although he was all over the TV for hundreds of years with his idiocy and nonsense. The music, I have no idea. I couldn't give a...
After which, Waters went on to add that he never really cared for Black Sabbath and dismissed the band's legacy entirely by mocking the idea of, and I'm quoting here, biting heads off chickens or whatever they do. Yep.
City bop, too much, city bop, too much.
And of course, after these phrases, the metal, and not only metal, part of the internet simply exploded. After which, Ozzy Osbourne's son, Jack Osbourne, wrote a rather honest reply to Waters. Hey Roger Waters, fuck you. How pathetic and out of touch you've become. The only way you seem to get attention these days is by vomiting out bullshit in press. My father always thought you were a cunt. Thanks for proving him right. And honestly, I 100% stand with Jack Osbourne on this one. And even more, I'm actually really happy that everyone can see what Roger Waters has become today, as I've been talking about this for several years now. As, yes, in case you guys forgot, it is the same Roger Waters who openly praises Putin, and not only. And at least I, despite the whole fact that I simply loved his output together with Pink Floyd, simply despise this guy. Although, if we're being very honest, that without David Gilmour, Roger Waters would simply be nobody in the world of music. And unlike him, Ozzy's impact on music, culture, and generations of fans goes far beyond anything Roger Waters could have ever tried to diminish. This was just tone deaf. And yes, Ozzy Osbourne's impact on music, culture, and generations of fans goes far beyond anything Roger Waters could ever try to diminish. And despite any ways that he might try to defend himself afterwards, this wasn't just tone deaf. This was utterly disgusting. Just like Roger Waters himself.
What the hell hell do you think you're doing?
But anyways, what new music did you listen to this week? Please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please don't forget to like it, comment under it, spread the word about the channel, and of course, join our communities on Instagram, Facebook, X, Threads, Discord, and pretty much anywhere else you can post content. But nevertheless, thank you so much, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!